entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Hey everybody, this is Such Good Shoot. We were watching a pay-per-view that was in San Diego, so I did a fuck you San Diego.
Oh, dude, I didn't even put that shit together. That's great.
Will Ferrell.
Well, that was Will Ferrell. That's Shane. That's Jovan. I'm Isaac. Welcome to Such a Good Shoot.
Hi.
So how's it going, everybody?
Welcome to Such Good Shoot.
Yeah, we're shooting the shoot.
Shit.
Here.
Such
shit. The shoot to shit.
Shooting. Not shit. That's a different thing.
It's a different thing, yeah.
Dude, shooting shit, dude. Let me tell you about those guys.
Shit shooting.
Those guys kick ass, man. I'm not gonna lie.
We try.
Yeah. There's one old fella. He's real nice guy. And then there's one younger fella who's also a pretty nice guy, but he also has a potty mouth, which I kind of like.
I feel like you would be like a kindred spirit to that guy.
I am, dude. I feel like both of them. I'm like if you took Sean and if you took fucking goddamn, I'm so fucking stupid, Joe, and you threw him in a fucking like dryer with maybe like I don't know, like a couple rocks of meth, and like shrunk them into one person.
Grew them. You're taller.
Yeah, you're taller. You're taller than
because if you take two smaller things, it makes it bigger.
Yeah, I don't think that the size matters. It's more like
how you use it.
No. Dried it out, meth rock or whatever, and then you just threw it in the woods.
Oh yeah,
that's
Fucking grow up to be me, bud.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's not sugar, spice, and everything nice. It's dried out meth in woods.
Yeah, as next street neighbors.
My over street neighbors, bud. I got some neighbors. You go over street, out the dooryard, and fucking over street. You get.
Do you ever just walk into their home? Do they leave their doors locked?
Well, I don't rightly know. I've probably only happened 4 times. No, but I actually have had other people walk into my house being like, "Oh shit, I thought this was."
Dude, I wish
someone else's house. I'm like, yeah, it's cool.
Wish
man.
that would happen here. They would get shot so fast in Texas.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you get shot here too, but people are a little friendly. I mean, all these houses look alike. I don't know.
No, people here have been waiting for that shit to happen.
That posted it up. There's like a trap at the front door.
Yeah.
Be like, come on in.
There's a sign, the door's never locked.
There's a pie on the windowsill.
Watch out for dog. Has to be somewhere.
Hobos floating fucking on the little smell waves into the house and getting just shot out of the air like Duck Hunt.
Hobo graveyard in the backyard. It's all there.
I'm drinking PBR.
Jovan's seen fucking pop rocks.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Strawberry?
Yeah.
Strawberry was a real fine hoe.
Can you give us any ASMR, Jovan, real quick? Oh man.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like Isaac when he's taking dab roots.
Hell yeah. Are you rocking Bush Heavy today? Is that
Of course I am.
Hell yeah.
My dog, Lil Big Will.
Drinking that. What do you got in the cup? What you got in the cup?
The cup is the lemonade vodka mixture that we love so much.
All right.
So
what kind of lemonade are you using?
HEB lemonade. It's the tits. It's amazing. Oh yeah, man.
Isn't that a rapper or something?
That's ODB.
No, I know ODB.
HIV?
Shit. IV, that's it. That's what got easy. There we go.
Dude, I set it up. You knocked it down, baby.
Yeah. Speaking of knocking them down and getting back up again, Jerry Lawler, man, this motherfucker kicks out of everything, bro.
How many strokes and or heart attacks has this dude had? Like,
I
I'm not
know
even
this
trying
is,
to be funny.
I know
here.
this is this might be his first stroke, but I know it's
like major health events.
But he
It's
had
like,
a major. He definitely
yeah,
had
at
his
least
heart
had a heart
attack and his
attack
stroke,
on
but he might have
air.
had one other stroke too. I can't remember. But this motherfucker, man, kicks out.
Dude, they said he had the one heart attack on air. He had a heart attack when he was with his girlfriend in the middle of that time, and then this latest one, the stroke. So yeah, the man kicks out, man. He's got a close count. He's had a couple of close counts. Shit, that hand was coming down for 3,
Fuck, man,
but he
that's
made
scary
it.
shit.
Especially that one on air. That one on air is a horrible thing to watch. It's a lot like Isaac. I know
I'll
you're not
never
gonna know what I'm
forget
talking
it.
about, but that was, I mean, it's like DeMar Hamlin, right?
Yeah.
From the NFL season this
Mm,
year, where
I
it's just
just
like it's such a weird, horrific, like
Do you see
it was the worst.
the conspiracy theories on that? People think Hamlin's really dead.
Yeah. He's been replaced by a clone
Yeah.
because
oh,
he
Jesus
doesn't have a
Christ.
tattoo or something.
They don't ever show his face now, and his mom's like she hasn't seen him.
He just did a whole ass interview.
He was a deep
like
fake.
I'm just saying he literally just spoke at like the NFL whatever.
They
Deep
had to
fake.
do that,
It
man,
could be a
because the
clone. Could be a
conspiracy
clone.
theories was running wild, man.
Deep
Just Body
fake.
was out there talking about deep fakes and fake news.
Will you know?
Dude, the
I'll tell ya.
NFL conspiracy theories have been out of control this season. The amount of people who are like screaming scripted and fake is killing me because it's so
Scripted
like
and fake.
no. It's such an outside the bounds ridiculous thing to say. Like how many people would have to keep quiet? You know what I mean? A million.
Well, you know what?
Million.
And here's the thing. The reason that we know that it's not scripted and fake in the same way that professional wrestling is, right? Is that these players are not paid enough to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Like they have no incentive to shut up. Like,
and that's what I'm saying is you.
That doesn't mean that there isn't a lot going on above them that
sure.
they don't know about. That
Sure.
where things are being influenced and the referees are making
Oh.
consistent calls, etc. Because they want
it's secretly fixed.
Yeah, no, million percent. I'm 100% sure the higher ups definitely, you know, have plans to try and at least help a team succeed that they would want to.
Sure.
I'm looking at you, Miami.
But the idea that like all of the players are in on it and shit, it's just like what is some special teams dude who has made $100,000, you know what I mean, in 2 years or whatever, you paying him to keep quiet? Because if that dude gets fired over some bullshit, that dude is immediately gonna go, hey y'all, just you know what I mean?
It's all fake. It's what I would do. I would be like that kid who ruined Christmas for everybody. Fucking Santa, dude. I'm gonna be like, yo, Santa Claus? Yeah, bro.
So who you guys got? Who you guys got in the big game?
Kansas City.
God damn. All right. Kansas City. I got Miracle Mahomes, man. How do you bet against him?
Exactly. Plus, my dear friend Joey K, he's an obnoxious Eagle fan, so I need him to be taken down a peg. It's been a hell lately.
Yeah.
Brother, you represent the Cowboys organization. I'm not saying that you're an overbearing Cowboys fan, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're guilty by association, dog.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, Philly fans are horrible. They're
trash can people.
Yeah, no denying that, man. They booed Santa Claus. How do you boo Santa Claus?
Eagles fans are the best, man. They're just great. They will.
I mean, they're great to watch from afar.
Yeah, they will wail on anyone for anything, man.
And if they can't find somebody else to wail on, they just wail on each other. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter who it is, dude. Like the just Philly fans, like the Always Sunny, where they're trying to sneak into the World Series, and Charlie's like dressed as Green Man and goes to like talk to the Philly fanatic, and the Philly fanatic just beats the shit out of him.
Yes.
This is so good, man. Because it's like, Oh, he wailed on me good, man. He must have had some he must have had some riot punch too. Just like carrying around jugs of riot punch. Good shit.
Fucking love that show.
Very funny.
So real quick, boys, just because I think you'll both find this story very funny. At my buddy's celebration of life today, somebody told a story about when Epi lived with him. And, he's a couple, months behind on rent or whatever. And my buddy who he lived with would, buy him a pack of cigarettes or, 6-pack of beer or whatever. He goes, Epi, I just, I need some money today, man. Times are tough. He's like, but dude, I'm going to get you dinner tonight. So I guess Epi walks out of the door, walks to a Kroger. Do you know what a Kroger is, Isaac? Do you have those out there?
Yeah, okay. We've got grocery stores too.
Well, dude,
not a Kroger grocery store. We got other brands of groceries.
Do you have a Piggly Wiggly?
No, we got the Hannaford Brothers. We got Tops. We got Price Chopper. We got Shaw's. Price Chopper. Soon to be Market 33 because Price Chopper.
It sounds cheap. They want to sound exclusive. But anyway, so my buddy walks to the Kroger, comes back like 30 minutes later, and he's got like the carrying
basket.
Like the carrying baskets, and they're just full of steaks.
Oh wow.
He's got like $200 in steaks. And my buddy's like
straight steak.
No, my buddy's like, Epi, what the fuck? How did you get all the steaks? Epi's like, I don't know, man. I just, I got them and, they're here.
Just walked in and took them.
Just walked in and walked out.
So my buddy's just
did he put them in birthday or Christmas presents?
No, I think he just put them in the cart and carried them out.
We're the meat inspectors. Don't worry about this. We're just, what is that, Trailer Park Boys when they're stealing meat and Christmas presents?
Yes. But he's like, all right, man, I'm gonna cook it for you. So he goes out back and he's out there for like half an hour, and everyone's not everyone. My buddy's like, what the hell is he doing out there? So he goes out back, and and Epi had been cooking this steak on the underside of one of the baskets. He literally lit it on fire and was cooking it on the burning. He's like, yeah, man, told you I'd get you dinner. Here's dinner.
There's no better way, man.
And my buddy's like, man, I don't know, man. He made it for me. I ate it. Tasted like chemicals. Sucked.
He fucking ate it. He's like, I might catch cancer, but I fucking ate it.
I'd be like, ain't no chance, man.
Hey, man, your buddy makes you dinner, man. You
can't turn it down, dude.
No, a man's got to eat, as they say.
Man's got to eat.
When I was a kid, we used to eat rusty boots.
Yeah, we put rocks in our steak and just chew on them.
Just chew on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as a not tough steak.
Yeah, my mom was so poor, she just made mud pie, man. She went out, took a scoop of mud, put it in the microwave, added some water, man. We just ate it, man. Y'all are pussies. Young pussies.
We were so poor, man. I tell you what, that movie Human Caterpillar? Well, that was where they got the idea, because she could only afford to feed one of us.
Oh, speaking of eating shit, we're talking about Bash at the Beach 98 today, folks.
Let's dive into this one. This one was
such shit.
July 12th, 1998, San Diego, California.
Oh, don't do it again. Here he goes.
It's the Cox Arena. 10,095 in attendance. The tagline is like skinny dipping in the Shark Tank. Somebody's going down.
That's what it felt like.
Cox Arena. Yeah, what did we have? We had Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, and Mike Tenay as commentators.
Oh, Shane, you were there. Fantastic.
And
no, I was not, dog.
Boy, we started out
just
an awful intro video that sounded like something was wrong with the audio. And it was just the aesthetic they were going for. Really bad.
This
And
whole
then,
show.
yeah, this whole show is bad, and we pretty much just get right into it with Raven rules match with Raven, who had Riggs and Lodi going against Saturn, and yeah, it wasn't a bad match. It was a good start to a pay per view. I think that's like one of the things I can say to it. Saturn is a good seller, man.
Yes.
Super good.
I was really impressed with like when he was out when he did that dive outside and like hit his head on the barrier or whatever, and he's like fucking twitching on the ground. You're like, damn, is he okay?
Is he
And then he does the thing where
check on Perry.
But then he like grabs him by the back, scruff of the neck, and all of a sudden he's standing up and rolling in the ring. You're like, okay, he's fine, but you're still like, God damn, dude, that would look great. And yeah, it was pretty good for what it was for an opening match between two undercard guys.
Which is sad, dude. Raven, and I love the Ravens rules match, but I think it started to wear on me.
100% at this, and like even at this point in our series,
he wrestled in a match that isn't a Ravens rules match.
And the thing is that they're not even doing anything new with them, right?
No.
You know, the Ravens rules deal is just so that way the flock can interfere, and you know, and there's just the couple normal spots. Somebody goes through a table normally. In this case, it was Saturn because of who was it? It was like Van Hammer, right?
I think it was either Riggs or Lodi.
It was Riggs.
I think it was
okay.
Riggs.
Yeah. You know, comes down and choke slams Saturn through the table. You know, whatever. And then they always do the chair spot, right? The drop toe hold into the chair.
Didn't they do that spot though where he was on the table, he put fucking Raven on the table and stacked another table up on top, and then Riggs pulled him out as fucking Saturn dove?
Yeah, I mean,
didn't Canyon run in this one?
That was
Canyon.
He may
have, yeah.
Canyon is who I was thinking of.
Because Canyon ran in
choke
and then
slammed,
and he gave him the finishing thing through the fucking chair. Because Raven was laid out outside. He put him on that table, and then he put another table on top, and he was going to go through the table, through Raven, through the table in a very convoluted manner.
Yeah,
and then at the last second, Canyon came running down and pulled him out of the way, and then went in and fucking.
Yeah, well, he beat both of them up.
Yeah. It made no sense at all. It was like, well, I don't know why he did that. Yeah,
yeah,
and then he took a couple pretty strong. I mean, Saturn, to his credit, like looked strong. He was the only one who really looked strong in this, because he kept kicking out until he got that badass DDT at the end.
The even flow DDT by Pearl Jam, because Raven likes grunge music. He's Raven.
Yeah, Pearl Jam sucks balls.
Pearl Jam does suck.
Eddie Vedder, man, oh god, of all the grunge legends who have died over the years, and we're left with Eddie fucking Vedder. Are you kidding me? Like, Jesus
he
Christ.
don't know.
Come on, man. Yeah. Chris Cornell. You had to take Chris fucking Cornell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You left Eddie though.
I feel like this match we would have looked at a little bit more positively if the rest of the show wouldn't have sucked. But I don't know. It was a fine opening match, if not a little boring.
I think the whole Canyon interference thing didn't make any sense and took away from it. You already had
That's every fucking match. Every fucking Raven rules. Here comes Canyon. Oh, let's Mortis.
You had two of them. You had two extra guys, and they still had to have someone else run in, and he didn't. It just didn't work. But the match was all right.
What are you giving it?
Did you give one already, Shane?
No, I was waiting on you. He asked you.
Sorry. All right, I'm going to rate it at a 1.75.
Shane-O.
2.25.
I'm going to split the difference, man. I'm going to call it a 2. And sadly, this is probably going to be the theme for me tonight.
Well, I don't think any of us are drinking because Meltzer rated it 1 1/4.
Huh?
Nice. He hated it more than we did.
Pretty sure. Is that what it says? Sorry, this page, 1 1/4 stars. This page has a really stupid way of writing it, where they just put asterisks for the stars and then a number instead of just being like 4 1/4 and writing it. It's like stars. So my fucking dumbass with stoner fucking eyes has to try and fucking peep out, say, what the hell is this here? What is that?
What's
can't
2
even read it.
asterisks?
I need my grandson to come in here and look. So that leads us to Juventud Guerrera versus Billy Kidman, and this match was pretty good.
Yeah,
Thinking back, probably one of the best matches of the night.
I think it was
Top
my match
3.
of the night.
I mean, it's it was up there. It's up there.
I've got some hot takes on a little bit something on later. So yeah, this is one of my top ones.
Yeah, get him.
Shit.
Get him.
It was
the dog pound agrees.
It was the it was the typical high flying you'd expect from heroin addict Billy Kidman, and
he was looking like he had cleaned up his act
a little bit, as Heenan said. He wore his cleanest pair of dirty jeans,
and he had his shirt tucked in.
Yes, and Hoovy. I almost think they flew a little bit too much, at least with the topes, right? There's a portion of this match where there's like 4 top rope dives in like 2 minutes. And
so Meltzer's gonna love this shit.
And even I was just like, oh man, slow down just a little bit. I
mean, that would be my biggest complaint, is that they just was just like, all right, guys, relax. But I mean,
my favorite
everything else, it's like this is pretty incredible compared to most of the other stuff, I guess.
My favorite portion of this match is at one point Lodi starts beating the piss out of Hoovy on the outside of the ring, and the ref literally turns, looks at them, and then just turns back around. Like there's a sound, you can hear it. Hoovy is selling audibly. He turns around and looks, and I'm like, yo, what the hell happened?
You're just like, what?
And a weird thing with Hoovy, and it's something I've noticed really doing this show, is how fucking close he sets people up for the 450, man.
Dude, it's insane. It's like, how is he going to hit that? And then he always overshoots it.
Yeah, always
overshoots it. I mean, he nails it, but he always overshoots it a little, and you're like, Wade. Hello, sir. This one's for you, Wade. Cheers.
But yeah, no, I mean, and even here, he he hits him with his thighs, which is like impressive. It's fine, but it's like, dog, he's like literally a foot out. Like
pull him out. Yeah, set him up at a normal spot.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, if you need him a little closer because you need to go up rather than forward, that's fine. But holy shit, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it felt like there really weren't any stakes with this match, though. You know what I mean? Except who has the premier high flying maneuver in WCW? Yeah, I don't know, but it was pretty good. I like it enough to give it a 2.75.
Wow, I liked it more than you. I'm gonna go with 3. I think it's a 3-star match.
Man, and it just so happens that Jovan gives it a 3 too. Oh, sorry.
He gives it a 3 as well. Dave Meltzer, because of all the topes, etc., he gave this one a 4.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's egregious, I think, even by 98 standards. Normally, I try and stick. What are you chugging for? What the hell was that?
I'm getting the next one out of the way.
Oh, I gotcha.
I'm giving it a 0. Dave Meltzer gave it a 0.
He's referring to Chavo Guerrero versus Stevie Ray. Yeah, Chavo taps out to a handshake in a dastardly way to make fun of Eddie. Yeah, it's nonsense. I don't know why we're rating this. It's a 0.
We have to rate it
It
because
shouldn't
Meltzer
even
did.
be included because it wasn't even a match.
Meltzer rated it as a match. I rated it. I just pounded my beer. What are you going to give it? A 0.25? It's a 0.
It's a 0.25. There was a code of honor.
God damn it. I don't drink that for nothing.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
First time. That's what you get for being preemptively drinking.
Yeah, well, you know, it's what it deserves. It's what we all deserve. That was
Fuck
a
it, it's a
clusterfuck.
0, motherfuckers.
Oh man. All right. So now that that's out of the way, we have a hair versus hair match between
Garbage.
Eddie Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero Jr.
What's been up with us and hair versus hair, by the way? Because we just saw one. The last
week.
show, right?
Yeah, last show.
Where the Fink got his haircut and then Jeff Jarrett got cut by X-Pac.
Scissors.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
It's a trend, man.
Joe,
that was it.
You seem not very happy with this match. Go ahead and start it out.
I don't know why. I mean, Eddie and Chavo is a good matchup. Great matchup.
They put on a good fucking match, man.
They did. And maybe it's just because I had to watch everything in this show and then everything after the show. To me, I think the show peaked with Juventud and Kidman. This one was good. I guess I didn't like the way that the fucked up tap out and then straight to Eddie happened.
Well, it was just unnecessary, right?
Sense.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. It made no sense.
Isaac was saying off camera that it made Stevie Ray look a little.
I thought it made Stevie Ray kind of look like a bitch, where like he didn't even get his hands on him, and then he was finally shook his hand, and he didn't get to wrestle.
Yeah,
and then both Stevie, and then both the Guerreros sort of talk shit at him, and then he left.
Yeah, and the freaking Stevie Ray, half of Harlem Heat there, dude. That's disrespectful. But I mean,
I don't think he looked bad though. You know what? It was just totally unnecessary. It was.
It didn't need to happen.
Just a waste of time.
It was all like, oh, look at how crafty these Guerreros are. Although, did you hear Heenan when he was like talking about all the Guerrero families watching at home before they get the eviction notice or before they go and turn the lights off or some shit? You're like, God damn, dude.
Dude, I loved when Stevie Ray was leaving and Eddie backs off, and then as soon as Stevie Ray gets past him, Eddie kicks the air ball.
Yeah,
that got a good laugh out of me. The first 5 minutes of Chavo versus Eddie is super indie comedy wrestling. Period.
Yeah.
Chavo bites Eddie's ass multiple times. There's just all sorts of goofy shit. Chavo's being wacky.
I think that's why I hated it, though.
I didn't. That was the thing. Is I'm with you. Is like I did not enjoy the first 5 minutes, but
it then evolves.
Oh my god! Like the way that they built it in, it got me. It got me good because by the time
they start doing the monkey flips,
yeah, I'm like, god damn, and like they know each other so well.
Yeah.
The way Chavo sits up to avoid the frog splash and misses it by like that much, I thought was super impressive.
I know, it was. I mean, this to me, like, even with the bullshit before it, the match before it, even with like the hijinks, this is the match of the night for me.
I don't know, dude. I think that's what happened because the last part of the match, because this tale of two halves. First half sucked. It sucked. I didn't like it. Last half of it was really good, but that's because they do this all the time. Them two do this all the time. They could have put on a classic match from the get-go, and I think that's probably what spoiled me on it, man. I'm not gonna go higher than a 2.5.
I go in 3.5 on this one. This one was a fun match. No, it was. This was the match of the night for me. I honestly, I shocked myself by the end of it because I do think that the goofy shit at the beginning paid off. I do think it paid off in the way it's set up because they were, like you could tell, like, oh, Eddie's not taking him so seriously, yada yada yada, and like by the end, like, yeah, it was a little more, and it worked out. I don't know, 3.5, man, it was fun. I liked it.
I gave it a 3. I'll split the difference.
All right, what do we got here?
Meltzer gave it a 5. No, I'm just joking.
Oh Oh, I almost drank 3 1/4 from Meltzer.
Oh, you liked it more than Meltzer did.
Good. Well, I guess that brings us on to
Another one that shouldn't have been a fucking match.
Conan with Lex Luger and Kevin Nash versus
Oh, yeah, I
Disco
forgot
Inferno
this
with
happened.
Alex Wright. Now, I have to say, this was really entertaining in a weird way. Like, not in like this is good wrestling, but it was entertaining.
You just want to
as
see
hell.
Disco Inferno get beat up. That's the
It
only
kind
reason
of,
Disco.
yeah.
That's the only reason
Yeah.
Disco Inferno ever
And it
had a
works.
job.
And seeing Nash come out and fucking beat the shit, like give him that fucking power, like slam, the jackknife. Like, I don't know, dude. It wasn't a good match.
No, it was horrible.
It was
terrible.
really bad, but it was really entertaining. And
It's
I give
like
him credit for that. I'm going to give him
0.5 bad.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
watching a traffic accident. You don't know why,
it's
but you
definitely
have to look.
0.5, but I also give them a 0.5 for entertainment, and I'm giving it a 1, even though it was trash. I found myself enjoying it. Like, I found myself
Okay.
genuinely enjoying it, even though it was trash, because it was just like so dumb that it sort of worked. And yeah, seeing Disco get his ass beat, seeing Alex Wright like speaking German and doing his like dance and just getting himself fucking leveled. Like, I don't know, it worked. It worked for me.
Well,
I mean, it's, especially like as it's supposed to be like kind of a cool off 2-minute match. I mean, it was 2 minutes 16 seconds. It wasn't like it was long.
hey, that's a long time, sir. That's a
No,
long
but that's
time.
the thing is like if that had been like 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 8
It would have been
minutes,
too long.
it would have been awful. But the fact
Yeah.
that it was 2 minutes and it was entertaining makes it a
Just-
good palate cleanser before the like a next big match.
A perfect amount of time is 2 minutes.
And I mean, it wasn't good, but it was still.
Shane got it. Give
Yeah,
me
that's-
half as well, man. I'm going half.
All right,
Oh,
what do we
no.
got here? Looks like we've got a quarter star here from
No?
ye old Meltzer.
He hated it.
Yeah, he didn't like it either. Like I said, I didn't. I liked it, but I didn't. I enjoyed
loved
it.
it.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't like it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It tickled my nuts. Anyway, that moves us on to the Giant versus Kevin Green. Kevin Green was an American professional football player for the Los Angeles Rams, Steelers, Carolina Panthers, and the 49ers. He played from 85 to 99.
Yeah,
and
Kevin
he
Green
had
was a fucking beast, dude.
beast mode. He had a beautiful here's the thing I'll say about him, and this match was fucking trash.
It was
But
horrible.
It was
he looked like a goddamn fabulous Freebird with that hair,
yes.
bro. He
Yes.
looked like a 1970
Straight off the
wrestler.
Mean Streets USA, dude.
He
Yes.
could have been like with every move he did, with every little thing he did in that match, he could have made $1 million in 1975.
He
That's
may
exactly what
be
I thought.
the worst person I've ever seen run the ropes.
Yeah, it was
And
terrible.
that's not to say that I would do it better. I don't even think I'm tall enough to clear the top rope, so I would probably just slide out the middle and fall.
Yeah.
And you need to go in the Rumble, buddy. You got it made.
Oh, dude, I'll get chucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, to be fair to both of these dudes, they both tried hard.
Big Show always gets saddled with these fucking people, man.
It's because he's the attraction at the time,
Yeah.
dude.
Like, oh, you
7
want to
foot
fight
something?
Money Mayweather, some fucking sumo guy, fucking.
Again, he's always the attraction, right? Like,
Yeah,
he's
they're not
almost
taking him
never
serious.
he's almost never the guy, but he's always, his size
He's
and
a guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a huge guy.
Yeah, what is he?
Did you
7
know-
foot tall.
Do you know to be the guy, you have to beat the guy off?
Yeah.
I didn't know that last part.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was Kevin Green versus the Big Show. It was not good at all. I don't know. I don't feel good. I don't feel good giving it any more or any less than the last one, just to be honest. So I'll just give it another 0.5 because they both tried and they tried to make it work.
I'm gonna drink with you. I think that's it because it was pretty bad.
Cheers.
And also, at least Paul White won, right? Like they didn't fall into the trap of
Having
giving the
Green
win. Yeah, exactly. So
He gave. Jesus Christ! I thought that was a typo.
What?
He gave it 1 1/4.
oh,
Okay.
I thought it was another quarter star. And I was like, huh? What the hell?
that's brutal.
That's bad. That's bad. That brings us to Rey Mysterio versus Chris Jericho for no DQ match for the Cruiserweight Championship. This was pretty good. It
That was a
wasn't.
good match.
I love the way they set this up.
Yeah, the setup was great.
I just think that like with the two people in the match,
Should have been better.
I think I had higher expectations and I was a little let down.
The match was never really about them, though, right? You know what I mean? It was about getting the belt on Ray and off of Jericho, so that way he and Malenko could feud. Like I said, I love the way they set it up, man. Jericho calling JJ Dillon JoJo over and over again was ridiculously funny. His overconfidence and saying that he wanted to wrestle the local guy who hadn't wrestled in 6 months in a no DQ match. The crowd fucking popping for Ray coming back. I don't know. It was fun. They were both good. I liked the way they fought up to the set. Ray does a horrifying Hurricane Rana off of the lifeguard chair and almost almost breaks his own neck because he's doing it off like a sand mound. Crowd popped super hard for Malenko. I don't know, like it wasn't the best match, and they definitely could have had a better match if it were more
only
focused.
6 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but like for
Literally
what it was,
just 6 minutes.
I mean, but for what it was, it worked really well. I don't know. I think it's probably my match of the night, honestly. Wow. I'm going to give it a 3.25.
This was my runner-up for match of the night. And I think most of it's going to be like Shane said. The story that was told in the match was a lot better than the wrestling. But the story was great, dude. The comeback kid, the kid's making his, hometown, and he gets the belt. Malenko shows up. Every time Malenko shows up in these shows, man, that we've reached lately, the crowd goes ape shit. When he came out under the mask, they went ape shit.
For a guy with no charisma, huh?
I know.
They also just hate Jericho. I mean, you can't give Jericho enough credit for. I mean, again, while he was gone, Jericho was cutting the promo, the 1,005 holds and all of that shit. I mean, Jericho was doing the I'm gonna keep this feud going when you're not here, Undertaker style, a long time before that.
All by himself, man.
That's awesome. You know what? I'm gonna give it a. What did I give Juventud? Did I give them a 3?
Probably.
I think so.
I think I gave them a 3. That was my match. And I'm gonna give this a 2.75.
Yeah, I think 3 is where I'm at with this one. I think that's fair enough. Let's see what Meltzer rates. He gives this 2.75.
God.
Man, you and Meltzy.
What a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bash at the beach.
Son of a fucking beach.
Do you guys remember that show, Son of the Beach?
No.
It was this show that Howard Stern created. It was a Baywatch spoof. And it was pretty good. Anyway.
Dude, Howard Stern, I'm too young, dog. You too old enough for Howard.
Really?
I'm not allowed, dude.
Yeah, this brings us to our next match. I think our eighth match of the night, and boy oh boy, did this one suck.
It's been the theme of the night.
Booker T versus Bret Hart in a fucking match that even Booker T couldn't make entertaining.
Well, the issue is that it didn't go long enough for Booker to make it entertaining. They literally just the match started. Bret got all of his shit in. They DQ'd and then left.
It was 8.5 minutes
of Bret just slowly working Booker T over.
Let me just check here. 1, 2, 3.
Damn. So then when did Bret go to WCW?
94.
There's
late
only
97,
97. So this is
early
probably
98.
still early, Brett running WCW.
Yeah,
He
we're less
wasn't
than a year in for sure.
he wasn't worried about other people at that point. He was just trying to get his shit in and go home.
Oh no, I know. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, literally, that's what this whole match was just him slowly working over. Booker T never got anything in. You have the weird Stevie Ray thing where he just
Once
walks in.
again, who did Stevie Ray piss off? Because on this whole
Yeah.
show, they've kind of just put the screws to him in different ways.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, none of us like Bret Hart. We've made that clear, and all this was just classic Bret Hart.
I mean,
I mean,
I like
all,
some of his matches. I don't think he's like as bad as all that, but I don't think he's
The worst there
best.
is, the worst there was, the worst there ever will
Yeah,
be.
I think he's. I mean, he's not as good as Owen,
Yeah.
but he's better than
Definitely.
he's. I mean, he's a great in-ring mat wrestler. Like, I'm not taking anything away from him. If like you want to
Wasn't
like
better
I
than
would
Benoit.
love, but I would have loved to see them both in their prime against each other, right? I would have
Yeah.
loved to see him against Kurt Angle. Like, there's some matches that I think
Sure.
could have worked really well with Bret Hart, but Bret Hart wasn't a guy who could work with anyone, in my opinion.
No,
And
he
matches
needed
that
that
weren't in his
technical style.
zone were just boring
Yeah.
as fuck.
That's why
And
Owen is better, because Owen went off and had great matches with anybody. The
anybody.
fucking
wrestle
fight
any
pit
style.
shit.
And he was he was entertaining, whereas
Yeah.
Brett took it too seriously. He like took himself so fucking seriously.
The
And you know,
most
like the
interaction.
idea
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying the idea for him that like he would have to like make anyone like Booker T, who's obviously would whoop his fucking ass in a fight,
Yeah.
look good, like make him look good to him is like out of the fucking question, and it's
And
fucking
he did-
stupid.
He did nothing to help anybody out here.
No, this is
No.
this
He,
is a
he didn't
point-
he didn't make himself look better because he
0.5.
ended the match in a DQ. He didn't interact with the crowd at all. I think the only time I saw him really even doing anything with the crowd, he just looked at the crowd and went because they were booing him.
That's another thing. He didn't care about WCW because the crowd wasn't with him like he was wanting them to be in the WWF.
Well, and he's
So-
also a heel. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, this was a better match than the 0.5s I've given. Like, I don't feel right putting this there because while it was
It's still
extremely
technically a
boring,
match.
it was definitely a better match. So I'll give it a 0.75.
0.5. It just sucked. I almost fell asleep watching it.
I'll go
Like literally, I was
7.5.
like, huh? Yeah, bad stuff. Meltzer liked it enough to give it the same rating as he did Rey Mysterio versus Chris Jericho.
Jesus.
What was that again?
2 3/4, 2.75.
Oh God!
Mm-hmm.
So he rated the best match along with one of the worst matches the same. Sucks.
Yep. And this brings us to
Sucks.
Goldberg versus Kurt Hennig, and what might be, in my opinion, the most entertaining Goldberg match to date.
Because it went a minute.
Yeah, because it was literally 2 moves.
It was 3 minutes 50 seconds, but Kurt Hennig, like, despite being probably like a huge piece of shit from all accounts, can fucking sell. I mean, he took that shoulder tackle in the beginning, and I swear to God, he went flying off like whoop, 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 like I've never seen anybody spin before. Like, it was crazy, and he took some bumps. Like he took everything really well, and like
I bet he did.
he did his job great. He made Goldberg look fucking like $1 trillion. Was it a good match? No. Was it a good Goldberg match? Yeah, it was a great Goldberg match.
I just can't with the low move rate. It's honestly, when people joke around about Goldberg being just spear and jackhammer, this match is one of those, dude. Outside of that freaking shoulder tackle, it was spear and jackhammer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
pretty much.
nothing. I mean, honestly, this was a 0.25 to me.
He did more damage. Goldberg did more damage to himself on the locker door than he'd got on.
Yeah, that was the best part
Yeah.
about this match was the announcers discussing it amongst themselves.
Yeah, and then it just made me think of the concussion he gave himself, and then almost killing the
door.
Undertaker. Yeah.
I remember that because it came out. I was like, why the fuck is he bleeding?
Already.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell happened? He just came
you
out
go
of the
back,
bag.
yeah. Then when you go back and watch it, you can hear him fucking bang his head against the door, like thud. You're like, what a dumb motherfucker. But it was entertaining. It served its purpose. It's 0.75 for me.
It's 0.50 for me.
Okay. All right. So we got a 0.25. We got a 0.5.
Oh man, if it's a 1, it's a flush.
And a flush. We got a flush. Now, what are we flushing this whole match? This whole pay-per-view right down the fucking toilet.
All right, I got one big drink for a flush.
So this brings us
oh god. Here he goes.
Towards the end. Tiny wine. Tiny wine. Is that wine? What is that?
I think it's an airplane shot.
I can't see. Oh, it just blends right in. Is that Milagro?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Do you see that, dude? You see how good I am with tequila? Shit. I slept with a huge titted girl named Milagro once. And
Jesus
she was
Christ.
literally named after the tequila.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw her post on Twitter recently. I want to quote this because I wouldn't want to put any words in anybody's mouth
spit
here.
out like a little bit of my chaser.
Here we go. This is like our chic of the week, but it's different. It's our fucking whore of the week, and it says, I need all my holes stuffed. Drool emoji, drool emoji.
Sorry, Wade.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever, Wade. If you want a girl named Milagro, you hit her up on Twitter. She needs her holes stuffed.
Shane's so red right now. It's okay, Shane. I mean, there's at least what?
My God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then there's a third one nobody knows. That's about 8.
I mean, the reality is that's her real name, and you can probably
find her on your friends list.
No, I don't think we're friends. She was, I mean, she was fun, but she was a whore, so I didn't really want to be like that acquainted with her. You don't really, bring them to Thanksgiving dinner. You know what I mean?
This whole conversation's been a lot better than this fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, dude, I'll send you though. I will.
I appreciate that. Just so I have for reference, for science.
Yeah. Here, let me share her Twitter with you because I mean they really are huge, like giant, like quadruple something, dude. I don't even know.
While we're setting that up, Shane, take us to the main event, man. There he went. We lost Shane.
Where'd he go?
He was too red in the face to deal with us. So for some reason, basketball and wrestling mix for the main event, and we get a Nat attack on the moment Shane drops. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Dennis Rodman takes on Diamond Dallas Page and Karl Malone, the mailman. I like when we mix in some of the celebrities. Some of the celebrities are real good, but these basketball guys sucked.
Yeah, they were bad.
They were terrible. They were way, way, way worse than Kevin Green.
Yeah. This was, boy, this was bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's nothing good I could say about it. I mean, it ended. That's about it.
They tried, I guess.
Yeah. What is that? Dennis Rodman, the Bulls, Karl Malone, Jazz at the time. What's it, the Jazz? I feel like it could be the Jazz.
Shane's internet's being a little bitch right now. That's why Shane's gone. Jazz. Karl Malone was, he was always with the Jazz.
Yeah,
he played with the Jazz his whole career. Rodman at this point, 98 was Rod. I think Rodman was on the Bulls in the 98.
98 was the Bulls season. So, and it's not even like those are big time rivals, the Jazz and the Bulls.
No, but Karl Malone and not in that era, the Jazz and the Bulls did have a lot of really good playoff games against each other. And the Bulls definitely kept Karl Malone from ever winning a championship.
They did. I mean, they only had Michael Jordan, who was the best fucking player of his time.
I mean, they had everything. You know,
Yeah.
they really had Jack, they had Phil, they had the best coach of all time.
Yeah. Triangle offense.
Hold on one second. I'm getting Shane back in here, baby. I'm doing magic. Yeah,
There we go.
that Bulls team, man, motherfucker.
We're trying, Shane.
I legit can't watch basketball anymore because of that team.
Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you supposed to do when you, as a fan, grow up watching that team as your favorite team?
Yeah.
Like, where do you go from there?
Nothing's
like,
gonna live up to the greatness that you saw.
No, like exactly. Like, what can your team ever do to top that?
Yeah.
To top a player like Michael Jordan, and top a team like the 90s Bulls. I mean, they went to the finals 6 times in the 90s and they won 6 times in the 90s.
Yeah.
They almost won the 2 years. They almost went to the finals in the 2 years without Jordan. And even then, he's back.
Yeah,
I was like, oh
it's
shit!
me on a cell phone. Internet.
That's all right.
What happened?
We are just talking a little bit about
Basketball.
the NBA while we wait for you to get back. We were just talking about how good the Bulls were at.
Oh
in the
man,
90s.
hold on, I can't speak.
We were talking about how good the Bulls were in the 90s and why Karl Malone and Rodman didn't like each other.
Yeah, so that way they fake fought for 23 minutes.
It was so long.
It was so
terribly
long.
long.
It was so long. It was
And it was just all Hogan's
23-47.
dick.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! And he looked so old. He looked so old.
He looked
and
older here
terrible.
than he did in his WWF return when he was tag team champions.
It was awful. It was the worst thing. There was nothing good about this match. I mean, the Karl Malone and I mean, give it up to DDP for being the one person in there, really trying.
We lost him. He's back.
DDP put in some effort, and but
I feel like Karl Malone put in some effort
he
too.
did.
There were a couple points in this match, like where Karl Malone was selling. He does like the wobbly legs thing at one point, and I was like, "No, that looked pretty good." I was honestly impressed.
I remember those.
I give credit to Dennis Rodman sucked.
He was
Hogan
part of the
sucked.
NWO.
But I will say that it's hard for me to hate on DDP. DDP is one of the
walking saints.
Yeah, I mean he's like, I mean he's up there with Mick Foley and like the people who like you can't really talk shit about in wrestling.
That's true.
Like for like who he is as a person and like yeah, he obviously like put on a lot of effort to making Karl Malone look good.
You just push that.
Yeah, dude, he just keeps jumping on me, and I'm like, dude, just chill, man.
Yeah,
stop that. So I'm trying to focus.
I'll be the devil on everybody's shoulder, because this match was so long. At least it kind of makes sense, right? At least you're getting your money's worth out of Dennis Rodman and out of Karl Malone. Because, again, if you bought this show in the year 1998, this is the match you were paying for, right? Like, you were paying to see the special attraction. And, yes, it was a tag team match, but at least you got them for some amount of time. Like, I feel like us watching this match, it would have obviously been better if it was, like, 5 minutes. But thinking about it, right? Like, I don't know. Like, at least the people that were there put in some amount of effort. You know what I mean? You got your normal Hogan thing. You had Dennis doing his best Hogan impression.
I mean, it's interesting.
The finish was fuckered.
Of course, yeah. I mean, the thing that's interesting is like watching this and then thinking about like matches with guys like Pat McAfee, guys like Shaq, guys like Logan Paul. And, I mean, this is something that's been going on for decades, right? And the quality of matches that we're getting out of athletes these days compared to then, is
Well,
like night and
I don't
day.
think they took it seriously then like they would now.
I know,
Like
and that's
those
the
guys were
thing.
clearly there just for a check, dude. You see Pat McAfee, he fucking loves this, so he's
But
gonna
they did
give it
but
time.
they did a whole thing. I mean, they did a touring like of press shit, like they did the Tonight Show with these guys.
Well, yeah,
because that's
but
press
again,
day. They know that already.
that's money. I mean, but Isaac, I get what you're saying, but I've said this for years now, and that's that the athletes today would fucking dominate athletes from 20 years ago. And
I
it's
agree.
and it's not even close.
I think
Like,
I think that there's definitely some
and the games are different, obviously. Like, so you have
well,
to
I
take
think
that into
I mean,
account.
I think
But
a guy like Jordan would dominate in this modern era,
well, because there's
legitimately,
no there's no defense, right?
and no
But
one
he's
Yeah.
hitting him. No one
but
hitting
but
him.
but
He would kill it.
he's well, exactly. But he's
Baseball guys like Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco in their prime, Barry Bonds, guys like that would dominate baseball too.
I don't
Still,
know. They check right
yeah,
now
on fucking
for more stuff
steroids,
than they
dog.
used to. Yeah,
Yeah.
Barry Bonds did not need steroids to be the animal he
but he
was. Barry
did.
Bonds, he did it. Sure, you know who
His
else did it?
freaking head blew up.
Every other player in baseball.
But you can, that's fine. You can make that argument all you want, but could any of them have survived now? You know
They're
what I
not
mean?
doing that
Barry
now.
Bonds,
Yeah.
Barry Bonds, 100%. Ken Griffey Jr.,
With Dave
100%.
Mays.
Yeah,
I
but
think,
Ken Griffey Jr. never got popped, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
no, but
so I mean,
I
so again, I'll buy that one. But and listen, if everybody's doing it. But the bottom line is this, and it's the issue with Brock Lesnar in the UFC, is that once you get popped, it's hard to believe anything you've done,
Yep.
right?
I guess I just never have seen steroids as being like the thing that will make you the best.
And
I
dude,
think that
I agree with you 100%.
I think that the majority of the people who are in these professional sports and athletes, especially ones that are focused on physique and strength, I think those guys are doing everything they possibly can to get as strong and big as they possibly can, whether it's
And
legal or not. They're doing whatever they can to get around whatever rules are in place.
and dude, I agree with you 100%. But the bottom line is, if somebody who doesn't get popped for steroids doesn't get popped for steroids, and then somebody does, one's a cheater and one's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, my thing is like I just think that it's smarter to have a system set up where it's like you have acceptable amounts that you can use as a player,
Well,
And
and then it's a safe like, and then you're not like going to the Dominican Republic to get fucking weird horse steroids.
and
You
I
know what
agree
I
with you
mean?
100%. But we're not arguing
no,
about
we're
the
not
rules or
arguing
the yeah.
the
All I'm
statute of
saying,
them using steroids.
all I'm saying is that I do think that a lot of the players from the '90s would do really, like the best players from the '90s would do really well.
I mean,
in a
sure,
lot
the
of
best
leagues.
And
players
there's a reason
would do
why
well.
all of them are not going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly, and that's the thing is like the best players from decade to decade are the best players from those decades for a reason, and I think that a lot of players, until you get back into like different eras of the game, when you get, you know, like the black and white era, right? You
Sure.
know, like that you really start seeing those huge shifts. Like the NFL, like I think a guy like Emmitt Smith in the NFL today would fucking still kill it.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Like I really do.
And I'm not saying that every single old player is bad. Like Jerry Rice, right? NFL Jerry Rice.
God,
He would dominate. But
exactly.
but what I'm saying is that player to player, not best player to best player. I'm just saying
Yeah.
athlete to athlete, 1-to-1.
Yes, I
The
think the
athlete today
average
is
better.
way higher than what it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And obviously that level increases the older you get.
I
But
think
to
Satchel Paige could still strike people out, like if he was here now.
Oh my God, probably,
dude,
right?
I think
Yeah.
Bill Romanowski would get thrown out of the game just like he would back then, dude.
Do we have a rating for this shit? I know we've been putting it off.
I know
give
we
it
have.
I give it a Bill Romanowski out of 5.
Jesus.
Is that a 0?
I
How
know,
many
right?
is Bill? I don't know.
It's a 0. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a dud, man.
I just can't do that. Those guys like Karl Malone put in a shit ton of work. DDP did.
Did he?
Hogan, yeah,
Malone,
Hogan
not
sucked.
DDP.
But
Hogan sucked.
it was
so
Rodman
long.
sucked.
it was 22 minutes of
So
a celebrity match.
So .22 for those 22 minutes.
What dozer
I'll
ratings?
take it.
A dozer rating for the old
Wow.
time's sake. I miss
There you go.
Dozer. I really do.
Oh, you're missed.
Oh my gosh! Here we go. -1.25.
Yeah.
I love when he throws the quarter ratings onto negatives.
You gotta be fair and honest,
It's a
man.
little
He felt
just
a
turn
negative
of
1.25.
Turn of the knife there. Well, you know.
What do we
It was
give
a
this
WO.
show as an overall, boys?
Ooh, do not watch this.
Do not watch
this is,
it.
Yeah,
No,
this is a skip, 100%.
Huge
This is
skip.
if we didn't have this show, we wouldn't be talking about it.
It's like a 1.5 out of 5 total.
It was real
I agree.
bad.
It was a 1.5.
It's
terrible.
Cool. What did we watch last NXT? Was that Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Oh, guys. Oh my goodness, guys. We are getting so close. We're getting so close. So the next pay-per-view we are going to watch and review is NXT Brooklyn 3. Okay?
What's the main event of that one?
I think it's Bobby Roode versus Drew for the NXT Championship.
Oh, it's when Drew kills him.
But,
and then you know what happens.
But you know what the next NXT show is after that?
Is that Tommaso versus Johnny?
It's the first War Games.
Oh, it is. Well, Isaac, do you remember what happens after the main event of this upcoming NXT show? Because it's a pretty cosmic event in NXT.
Is this Is this when we get fucking the Undisputed Era showing up?
Nice.
Oh, this is when shit really fucking starts getting good. I could just
Drew wins, Adam Cole pops up in the ring, and then Red Dragon come out on the edges, and then the crowd goes wild, and Drew dies.
Yeah, we're at Brooklyn 3, and then oh my god, then we get fucking War Games with Undisputed Era in the first War Games. Dude, let's fucking go. I'm actually really excited for these next few.
And that's where Roddy turns on the Authors of Pain, and then you get full Undisputed Era.
We got really good shit coming up on fucking NXT Takeover Time Machine. It's gonna be good. It's the time machine. It's a takeover time machine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of time machine, it's time for us to time machine.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's time for us to fuck off. I've been Isaac. That's been Shane. That's been Joe Vaughn. We're fucking off. Watch shooting shit. When are you guys out? When are you doing your thing?
Episodes drop every Friday.
Every Friday. What time?
Normally like morning. Yeah, 4:20 in the morning.
Yeah, 4:20 a.m. Be up. Get your weeds ready. DDJ will be smoking weeds with us.
I cannot wait for that.
Sure. Big time.
Oh,
anyway, until then.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
love
get
y'all.
Fucked.
Thank you for listening to this edition of Such Good Shoot. If you are on YouTube, please remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon. Or subscribe to us on your favorite audio catcher. Or finally, if you're on Facebook, leave a comment, like the video, and make sure to share it out to all your friends. Until next time, we have been Such Good Shoot, and have a great day.
Oh shit, an error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again.